Archival records bear the stamp of bygone days. They are reminders of power and protest, treasure houses of art, culture, and civilization. They contain the anxieties, fears, pleasures, and pains of the dead, slumbering in the form of letters and pictures. They bring back to us the swiftness of conquest and the rhythm of music and dance.
The Chera country was divided into 17 provinces even during the days of Kulashegara kings. Wayanad was one among them. It is recorded in coil inscription of Rameshwaram that Wayanad became an independent state during the time of Ramar Tiruvadigal. Vestiges of history teach us that this local state, which came into being in the 12th century, was transformed into a powerful one during the reign of Martandavarma. Noted down on the walls of caves by cavemen to those on paper is an indication of the eternity of time. Rocks, wood, discs of clay, bark of trees, leather, metallic sheets, bamboo splinters, and rolls of paper are the various links which history preserves as reminders of this long journey.
The first letters of the technique of inscriptions had their origin in 4th century BC by the Sumerians of Mesopotamia. This began to develop through the Egypt, the Indus Valley, and the Chinese civilizations. It was in Greece that archives of the modern form arose. Record offices were established in Italy in 1302, in London in 1578, in France in 1789, and in America in 1939.
Archival records about India can be traced back to the Jataka stories of the Buddhist era. Kaudilya is said to have a separate room for keeping records. The preservation of records in the modern way began during the reign of Emperor Akbar, that was at Fatehpur Sikri in 1574.
The oldest English letter preserved in India dates back to 26 July 1630. A letter written in 1670 is kept at the Tamil Nadu archives. The Imperial Records of India was established in Kolkata in 1891. This was shifted to Delhi in 1911. It was after independence that it came to be known as the National Archives of India. The Archives of Travancore, the Central Vernacular Records, was established in 1887. There are about 14,000 Churanas or rolls of Palmyra leaves in the Central Archives. Tamil, Malayalam, Vatteluthu, Koleluthu and Malayanma are the languages used in these manuscripts. Most of these are very important diplomatic documents contained in the Chellamvaga or court records. Madhurigam records are those in the custody of the Sri Padmanabha temple. They contain information about administration as well as details of the socio-economic and political conditions of the days of Marthandavarma.
913 ആണ്ട് ഇത് പ്രസിദ്ധപ്പെടുത്തുന്ന
Ayurveda treatments, treatment for snake bite, etc. The advent of paper as the medium of writing was a historic marvel. But the relevance of cudgel leaves did not come to an end with this. They continued to exist for some more time. And copying started in. The scientific preservation of archival records poses a great challenge. It is imperative to preserve these records for the coming generations. The department has made arrangements for preserving as well as copying these archival records. This is done by skilled and experienced technicians working in the State Archival Department. The cataloguing, indexing, and preparing the subject list of these records are also undertaken by them. As part of the scientific preservation of these records, techniques like fumigation, digitization, menting, deacidification, lamination, tissue repair, full pasting, and inlaying are also employed by them. The most bloody struggle in the history of Travancore was the popular uprising against the Divan. It was a struggle by the proletariat against the American model in which power was centered on the Divan. It was on 26 October 1946 that the army attacked the laborers' camp at Vayala. 700 comrades who faced machine guns with crude spears succumbed to death. The Communist government in India came to power in Kerala under E.M.S. Namboodiripad in 1957. This was a historic proclamation of the fact that Kerala has come to the forefront of the popular movement in India. The history that follows belongs to the present. All these are well preserved by the State Archives Department as signs of bygone days for posterity to conduct further researches.
The Department of Archives attempts at enabling our society to know the bygone days, to assess the present in the light of the past, and to nurture and add color to the dreams about the future. People belonging to different strata of society should join hands in this venture. We must realize that each archival record is a page from the annals of history. We have to treasure them up and make in-depth investigation and imbibe lessons from them. They are the signs of reminiscences related to the bygone days